Okay. We just stopped in the last video, we stopped on the melody for the main A section. Now I'm going to show you the chords for that A section, and then I'll repeat the chords for the little mini A section, or it's the kind of turnaround section that I've called it, that leads you back into the ensemble piece. Okay, so the chords for the A section are da da dum dum, G major 7, da 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 do da da dum. No, that's an F sharp dominant chord, F sharp 7, but I'm adding a flat 9. The reason for that I'll tell you later. Da 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 da, E minor, and then to an A7. Do ba da ba dum ba ba dum. D major 7 to a G major 7. Ba da 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 da. That's a C sharp 7 altered, or with a flat 9 in it too. And then the next chord is to an F sharp 7 with a flat 9. But I'm going to play, again, here's the theory, I'm going to play a tritone sub. Play a C sharp 7, Lydian dominant. I might go into that, I might not. So now here, it's really a B minor, but I'm just going to play, instead of playing, you can play that, you're going to B minor, then turn it into a B7. I'm going to play a B chord without a third in it, but sus it. So that sus is just making a B minor 11 with no third in it, and then you can resolve it. So instead of hearing this sound, your Picardy third for you classical dudes, that's just a sus to a B7. So again, the chords are, and I'll play them a little bit more in time. 1, 2, 3. Dun, dun, dun. Sus the A7. Major 7, F sharp 7 with a flat 9, E minor, A7 sus, resolve, D major 7, C sharp 7, tritone sub to F sharp 7, D minor, B7. Okay? Now here's how how I play those chords, and you can use these same chords shapes in the little turnaround section, and I'll play that through real quickly here. But G major 7, the F sharp 7 with a flat 9. Here's your F sharp, right? But I'm going to play. So you got your 3 and your 7, the root and a flat 9. Then your E minor, I'm just playing and using the open G string, and it's got a 9 in it. Which, because it's the E minor, remember it's the 2 of the key of D, which means it's a Dorian sound. And then to A7 sus 4. Resolve it to a D major 7. Now your A7 sus 4, again I'm playing, there's your A, and then there's your 7, and then your sus 4, and then to your D major 7, which is the same thing as this G major 7, but just down there starting on a D. Now here, what I was doing when I'm embellishing, playing little parts there, is that I'm just playing like that. Your G, I did the same thing. There's G major 7. Then the C sharp 7, tritone sub, so this is a C7, but it's got a sharp 4 in it, which makes it, it's a melodic minor derivative. It's a mode built on the fourth chord of G melodic minor. And so it's a nice altered chord going to the B minor. You can play it that way if you want to. Ending up on that B7. And by the way, the B7, you can also make that Lydian minor. Lydian dominant. So those are the chords, and then when you do the turnaround section, they just go by quicker. It just goes G, so that's how that works. All right, so now let's get into what I look at as the meat of this tune, which is how to play. I'm going to start off with that kind of ostinato following the changes, kind of banjo backup stuff, which I really like to do. This is a cool thing that really I got from Pat Metheny. He does a cool tune called. It's that kind of a sound, and it's called that. Is that tune? I think it's Phase Dance. Yeah, I think so. But there's a bunch of ways to use that to turn it into a cool Latin backup thing. I'm going to play the changes. Let's see if I don't know if I can actually do that. I'll try. I'm going to play the changes using this form. This is a G chord, but we're going to start with the 2, 5. So there's your G, D, and A. So on the A part, I'm just gonna give you this on the changes for the A part. You can apply it to that little turnaround part however you want. Now this is your F sharp, flat 9. I'm fingering it in a way. So there's 3rd, 7, flat 9. So you've got right. Now this hand's doing the exact same thing for every roll pattern. What do we want to do with that? Well, we can go down here. But I'm going to choose to stick with the same kind of form, which up here you've got E, B, 9 to the flat 3. So if you listen to this, G to your F sharp, now we're going to do the C sharp up here. Drop that down a half step. And B minor. B major. And these are all the same right hand roll patterns. Let me see if I can play that through with a little cohesion. I don't even actually know if I can. Let's see. There's your first chord, 3, 4, and. So that's one way of playing that, using a lot of movement. You're sliding all over the place. I want to show you one other way to play it with a kind of a cool bass line. You're using the same basic roll patterns in your right hand, but moving your thumb around a little bit more and kind of maybe getting on the inside strings a little bit. But it has the same feel to it. Now this time, I'm actually going to use... I don't know if I really showed you where to put your fingers on those. Let me show you really quick. So, there's your G. That's your F sharp. Your E minor. To your A. To your D. Your same form. Your A, your D, and your G are all the exact same form. To your G. Your C sharp, same thing as the F sharp here. It's really a diminished chord. And I'll stop and explain that. Diminished chords are dominant chord flat 9. And those of you who haven't studied that are going to go, huh? But it's the same thing as melodic minor. Melodic minor equals a lot of different chord sounds if you stack it over the right chord. Well, diminished is simply if you go up a half step and build a diminished chord on any dominant chord, you get a dominant chord with a flat 9 in it. Well, the cool thing about that, when you do tritone subs, all you have to do is slide that diminished stack down a half step, and you're going through the cycle. So it would be like you're going through a cycle of dominant chords that go dominant chord to dominant chord, dominant chord to dominant chord. Your B minor looks just like your E minor. Here's your B7, which looks just like your A, your G, and your D. Right? Okay, so that's how you get through those. Now let's look at the other way of playing backup for this. And that's, I'm just going to stick with the A part and show you how I play chords that are a little more full sounding but related to the ones we just did. Let's see if I can do this. Here's your G major 7, same one, and we're going to hold these two notes up there, and we're going to play. And you're just playing your G, E, D, and those are your color notes up top, major 7 and a 9. Now, let's go to that F sharp 7 flat 9. So what we're gonna do is kind of restack our hand here. We're holding our hand like that here. You have to shuffle a little bit to get this one. So you've got, there's your triad with those color notes up top, which is the 7 and the flat 9. Your E minor, I'm going to play open G, E, and then A, just slide that up to your A. So you've got D, sorry, just laying my finger across there and go. Up to your G, same one. Now, your C sharp, we're just going to play this C, there's a C sharp and there's your 7. C sharp 7, we're going to go. Slide that down a half step. Now you're going to play your B minor. I'm going to keep that sus there because it's not really a B minor. It's a B chord with a sus4, no third. Lift the sus. So that sounds like this. I'll try to play through the changes so you can sort of hear what's going on here. 2, 3, 4, and... you go. Okay, 16 minutes, that's enough of that. So there, the next one I'm going to kind of give you some ideas on how to, some shapes to start with in terms of improvisation.